Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Please like and subscribe. Please follow the Instagram and please like the Facebook page. You can also follow the Facebook page too. We're going to do a quick review of the Les George VECP. And the first thing we're going to obviously do is the size comparisons. We're going to do some really quick ones here. Let's go up a little bit. There we go. Here's that on the Shaman. As you can tell, even if I go here, that the Shaman has about the same blade length, but the VCP has a much longer or much more actual cutting edge. Has a very similar handle, especially with the ergonomic lines. There's that. There's the 940. These two are very similar. An actual handle room, similar handle shape here. Where you can put your hand. Very same amount of hand room actually compared to these two. It's very similar. This has slightly more cutting edge, but very, very similar. Next two things that are the same in the same price range. The Hinder XM18, 3.5 inch. You can kind of get an idea of hand room, and just to kind of swap it out just so you can see from both, because we are at an angle here, that way you can see both views. They are again about the same handle length. The Les George, as you can tell, has more hand room for the amount of handle length you have there. Next is going to be your Chris Reeve Umdumzan. You have similar blade lengths, similar cutting edges. Are basically pretty close to identical in length in every way. So you get both perspectives here. Right now, for those that like flippers, they do make a flipper version of this. I did not go for that one at all. These come and go very, they go quickly and they come rarely. I guess if that's is probably the best way to put that. They come and then they're gone. So, if you are ever interested in one and you see one that is available, I would jump on it if you have the ability to. Everything is super detailed, super fine-tuned. One thing I have realized is a good frame lock, or have it where when it's up like this, it's flush. There's no rise, there's no fall. Because if there was a rise, then when it opens, it has a potential to pinch your hand. So having it so finely tuned where when you're right here, there's nothing. There's no bump, there's nothing, it's a smooth transition. That's a really good yet random mark of quality when it comes to a frame lock is they know what they're doing and they did it well. And this guy is smooth, very hydraulic. Speaking of the action, that was the action of the actual frame, the lock. The action of the blade, on the other hand, is on phosphor bronze. It is very smooth. Much like a Sabenza, which is a Sabenza or Umdumzan, it is a very hydraulic smooth. But this you can definitely still flick out here. You can get the reverse flick. It's a little bit harder behind a camera, but you can definitely get it. And speaking of also the blade here, it is printed on there what steel it is. CTS XHP. Very good steel. It's a very good user steel, actually. It's not going to have your best edge retention, but it's also not going to be the hardest to resharpen. So you got good edge retention, which with easier ability to sharpen. So when you do use it, it's not a pain to resharpen when it gets dull, but also lasts long enough for it to be really useful. So that's kind of the best kind of way to put that. It is a very good user steel. In fact, this whole knife is a very good user. Good ergonomics, and when cutting through tough material, which I have done with this thing, you can kind of see some residue left in this area. Here and here, so right there. Definitely over here. You can see all that. So this guy has not been cleaned since its last use, which would have been a couple days ago. But it cleans easily, by the way. Haven't had any rust issues at all. If you are wondering, because when it gets hot and you get sweat on there, sweat does rust the blades way easier than just normal water. That's something to look out for. Not something you need to worry about with this guy at all. But it is very comfortable and hard use. No real hot spots, nothing else like those blaring, like this is when cutting through this tough material. This is really not ideal. This is not working. This is hurting. Nothing like that has held up that use. And being comfortable at the same time. It is still fairly sharp. I have not sharpened it since I have gotten it, but I have also I like to do that just to test the factory edge to see not only is it sharp from the beginning, but also does it last? Did they sharpen it well to last? And so far, I would say yes, they have. This in particular, by the way, is not a custom, but is also not production. This is a mid-tech. It is the in-between, the love child of custom and production. You get the best of both worlds, and you get the super high quality, but not paying custom prices. Now, one thing I do have to say about this that is a negative, and you'll probably already see it, you probably have seen it multiple times so far, is this right here. That's the only design flaw that I really see in this guy, is the fact that the lanyard loop is taking priority over the power clip. I've always disliked that. There's only a few scenarios where that's okay. It's okay when like you're needing extra grip to make sure you can pull it out. This you don't really need that extra grip, so I would have preferred if the clip was moved back, and then this was probably moved back up in this space, which would not be taken up if the clip was moved that way. That way you could have your lanyard. It would be more up here in this area. And it would be less obtrusive. It would be pretty, and it would work. But besides the point, that is the only gripe I have with it. Good chocolate and oil. Obviously, thumb studs being in the way of the cutting edge is a possible gripe that you could have. But if you have that gripe, you can actually take this off. Some makers and companies do not allow you to take this off, but you have no really easy way or possible way to take them off. And during Casriva, one of them. There are a few others out there. But this one right here, you can take off. You could change it. You could completely take it off, and that way you wouldn't have that issue. This would become a two-handed opener, though. Though this might have a hole. Because of the hole, you might be able to get it out without having to do that. Stick your finger in there and pull it out. That might work. Don't know, but this complaint is technically fixable by your own hand, your own tools, if you really want to try it. I do like, sorry about the train, jeez. I do like that it is a captive pivot. That way, if you do mess with it, this guy does not turn at all, because that is a pain in the butt if it, in other knives where it is free spinning and you have to hold this, but you have nothing to hold it, and it's, yeah. The clip is also very nice. It's simple, just to kind of sweep up, similar to a hinderer. Definitely very useful. Goes in and out of the pocket easily, no problem. The nice pocket clips are the ones that you can pull out and put in any pocket and not have to look or have to mess with your pocket. It's just an easy slide in, slide out, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, this is actually also very nice. I hear they're jimping in the way this is done as it continues. That way you have a good purchase. You can't choke up on this, but what you can do is you can go here, and that will allow you to do very detailed work if you need to. The thing about this, though, there's not much else to say. This, again, is in the price ballpark of an XM18 3.5 inch and a Sabenza or Umdumzan. You're looking at the 400, 450 mark. Do I like it more than those? That's a tough question. Do I use it more? That's also, I use all my knives, so no, I do not use it more than other knives. Do I like when I use it? Yes. Do I like when I carry it? Yes. Is it useful? Yes. Do I think people that are looking for a knife in this price range should pick one up? Yes. If you like Chris Reeve or Hinderer, you're gonna like this. If you like knives in that ballpark of price and quality, you're gonna like this. This is what it is. It's solid. There is no blade play, by the way, if you were curious. Thumb studs are in a great position, by the way. And they have grip, but nothing too aggressive, but nothing too slick where you slip off. So that's nice. Pivot is simple, but nice. kind of see the little finishes in there. But yeah, nothing really else to say other than that this is a very recommendable knife. It's a simple, straightforward design that I like. It's ergonomic, it's functional, it gets the job done. And definitely is something I have enjoyed carrying, using. And it has a good pocket clip, good blade, good pocket clip, good ergos, good user steel. And I know they use other steels too, not just this one. But honestly, I would prefer this over 20CV or M390 because it's gonna be easier to sharpen. And it's gonna last long enough for it to really be very useful at the same time. But at the end of the day, would I get this over Sabenza? Or Sabenza, for hard use and daily use? Personally, yeah, I would. Not saying that to everybody. Would I get this over a Hinderer for hard use and just constant use and as a daily user? Yeah, I would actually. With the ergonomics of this, with the pocket clip, with the blade, they're all slightly better than a Sabenza for hard use and daily use. That I would definitely recommend it over both of those. Now, will Sabenza outlast this? That's a good question. That one I don't know. But are they all three good knives? Yes. But this is definitely one that I would recommend everybody to try out, carry, use. They're not too plentiful. So you see one and you have the ability to, and you want to get it, I would grab it. Definitely, I would pick it up because the chances are you're gonna really like it and you're gonna use it, and it's gonna serve you well for a long time. But that's gonna be it for this one. Again, please subscribe. Please like the Facebook page. Please follow the Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one.